It was not designed for them to let you be free. That's why only, less than 3% of us? And that was over 1.5 million acres of land that USDA have tied up from this lawsuit. It's a moral disgrace. It's an absolute moral disgrace. And then I'm trying to figure how in the world can you have 55 or 54 black members of Congress? You know, where's the outcry? Where's the shame? I mean, on their watch, and they can't say they don't know. Because every time my congressman show up, I'm right there. It's me and I'm back again, you know. So, but they know about it, but they simply have not, I don't think that they understand what it means to lose 1.5 million acres of land and become a landless people in this country. I really don't think they understand. I hold the Congressional Black Caucus responsible, but how in the world do we stand to lose 1.5 million acres of land and you would vote against it for politics? I love Maxine Waters. I love James Clyburn when he was chairman of the CBC. My own Sanford Bishop. You know, those are our people. But when you get so involved in the politics that you can allow this kind of suffering and pain to go on against black folks, to lose their land, their homes, their houses, everything that they had, and you all don't see a problem, you know? 55 black members of Congress, and you mean to tell me you vote for everything else, but when it comes to us, you don't see the problem. And most of them don't want to hear. There was an incident that happened in Arkansas with a Republican congressman named Jay Dickey. And the black farmers jumped on him and said, well, why don't you help the black farmers? Well, Jay Dickey said, well, I'm being a Republican, why should I help y'all? Y'all won't vote for me. And there was a firestorm that erupted and everything. So did. Jay Dickey went and investigated and found out that they had all of these people and they wasn't being paid and what have you. So he came up and talked to us. He said, hey, how are we gonna do it? I said, well, what we'll do, we'll put House Resolution 296 on the floor of the Congress. And the resolution will say pay the black farmers and make the whole settlement tax-free for the government not should profit from the suffering of these farmers. Okay. Say, and then once we put that on, if USDA don't start paying y'all, then they should pay because you got enough votes from the resolution to know that you can make it law and write it into legislation and put it into law. So no sooner he put it on the floor, Maxine Waters led the charge. No, this is nothing but a ploy to curry votes from black folks. And Benny Thompson out of Mississippi was saying this ain't nothing but a dog and pony show. That does nothing. James Clyburn said, this is just a resolution. It does nothing for the black farmers, you know? And we were trying to tell them, this just to start. We ain't finished with it. And so that was a vote, and the Congressional Black Caucus led the vote, and they voted against us. Then when Cynthia McKinney went to them the next day and said, okay, we voted down the Republicans, now let's go ahead on, let's get ready to hit ours. And Clyburn and Benny Thompson and Maxine Waters, what do you mean? We voted against them getting paid. We was going to present something better. That's why we voted against it. They said, no, that's it, we through. And she actually called me and Lucius Abrams personally and apologized that she had voted with them, not knowing her one vote wouldn't make a difference if she had known. But the sad part about it was that they had no idea what was at stake. In 1997, we went to the White House with President Bill Clinton. And in there, we was telling about all of the things that were being done to us, all of the injustice, all the discrimination we were suffering. He made this big spiel about he was going to put his foot on the neck of those that committed all of these crimes. And when we got to talking about the monies and what kind of monies they owed them, Al Gore seemed to have been very offended by the fact that we was asking for these millions of dollars. And when he got up and walked out of the meeting, so I think that when he went to run for president and they was talking about why y'all don't support him, this is the same guy. If you didn't think that I was deserving to be paid for the injustice that I suffered, why in the world you got nerve to come to me to think I should be voting for you? You know, and I don't get me wrong, I used to be a loyal Democrat, but after my experiences, I would be stuck on stupid to just be committed to one party at this time. We went to the White House with the Clinton administration, a lot of promises. All of them was empty promises. We went to the White House with George Bush, and I got a picture now where we took a picture with him as a photo op in the Roosevelt room of the White House. I gave him a tissue with over 2,500 black farmers' names. He turned us over to Roy Road, and then 9/11 happened, and we was no longer a priority, so they did nothing. When the Obama administration came in, as a senator, he had been campaigning for black farmers. So when he came and became president, he signed a $1.2 billion settlement to settle all the black farmers' issues. Unfortunately, I think it was like $900 million of the money went to the lawyers, and no farmers we know in Pigford 2 got paid under that whole thing with him. And everybody was saying, well, Slaughter, you too hard on Obama. Wait till he get elected the second time, then he'll be free to do what he wanted to do. So Willie Head, my good friend, and losing all of them, trying to hold on, a string of hope for the Democratic Party, he being a black man and understanding. So lo and behold, he got elected the second time. And they went all the way when they went to Louis Farrakhan. No, that's when I was amputated. I didn't go to Chicago when they talked to Minister Farrakhan. But Minister Farrakhan said, look, the issue is legitimate, but I can't go to Obama. But I tell you what, Reverend Al Sharpton can go to him. So he said, hey man, we done raised a lot of money and all this gonna go. I said, let me tell you something, man, I don't got no faith in this guy. But they went up there, and Al Sharpton said he was gonna put him, he had a television show he was gonna put him on, and he was gonna hit USDA, all this stuff was gonna do, and everybody across the country. Muhammad Robali, man, you should have been up there, man. Al Sharpton, man, he finna put us on the television, man, he finna expose all this stuff. They called out, now what do you think? Now, Ed, old Greg Herb out of Mississippi. I said, okay, you was there. Then all over, Ed Slaughter, man, you should have been there, Al Sharpton, man. And they're getting it ready, they finna bring us, man, we finna bust it wide open. Ed, man, you need to wake up. I'm still waiting. So I said, let's face the facts. Obama signed a $1.2 billion settlement for black farmers, and not one black farmer received any of that money. You think he gonna let you into the White House and y'all asking where did the money go because none of y'all got paid? He can't do that. He can't go because then everybody would know that when he signed that $2 million, the only thing he did was gave Alexander Pyres and the lawyers another payday. You know, and that's the truth of it. He couldn't speak up for us. And when he signed that $1.2 billion, who was there? All of the senators and all of the congressmen and all of them. Everybody was there when he signed that bill, but who? The black farmer. And so then he had appointed Tom Vilsack as Secretary of Agriculture. This is the same Secretary of Agriculture that had the federal marchers to go into Eddie Wise's house, strip him, drag him and his wife and everything out, guns drawn and everything, to drag them from their house. They were only the clothes, they couldn't even get a toothbrush. And it was so tough on her that I think it wasn't even a year later, she was dead, but from all of it going on. And now I understand he's walking around trying to figure out who he is. That's how bad the discrimination was. And Vilsack was doing it. It's the same thing with Harry Young. It was on his watch. It was only, you know, and we had a black president, so you couldn't say Vilsack as Secretary of Agriculture was a racist because you had a black president. But he did more damage than any other Secretary of Agriculture we had because he was trying to toe the statute of limitations, throw it completely out. So you wouldn't have no ways or no time or nothing to redress yourself, you know. And so really our Democrat and Republican alike, they've been the same people. When the Obama transition team, that was a group of lawyers that approached us about, telling about all of the discriminatory practices and how it was systemic and how it had gone on for years in this, institutionalized racism. They was talking about how to change to make the USDA Office of Civil Rights be more responsive to us. They was talking about changing and having something to do with getting rid of these career bureaucrats that is there year after year administration, and they was wanting to try to overhaul that whole process for us. I don't remember now, but it was several of them that they laid out different things about it. I know the last time I talked to them about it, they was originally the Obama Biden administration, they thought that these was going to be the people that get rid of, destroy USDA. But in fact, they did more to support the injustices and the racism and the systematic discrimination that they had did at any other time.